the gym due to the fact that his son Jed and daughter-in-law Katey were hosting a gender reveal party. Bob Duggar made his first public appearance in several months. In an Instagram post that was published on Thursday, Jed, who is 25 years old, revealed that he and his wife Katey are expecting twin daughters simultaneously. Photos taken at the reveal party showed Bob, who is 59 years old, enjoying the news with his wife Michelle, who is 57 years old, and in amazement at the news. Also, the former cast member of 19 Kids and Counting made an appearance in Jed and Katey's YouTube video blog, which was headlined, "We're Having Twins." Duggars reveal their dual gender identity. In addition to documenting the gender reveal celebration for the family, the couple also videotaped their ultrasound session, during which they discovered that they were giving birth to twins. During the time leading up to the announcement, Jed visited every member of the family and inquired as to whether they believed that he and Katey were expecting a boy or a girl. James refused to reveal the genders of the infants, despite the fact that he was already aware of what the couple was expecting. In the absence of knowledge that Jed and Katey would be carrying twins, Jessa and Joanna both speculated that Jed and Katey would be expecting a son. Bob gave his response, which was, "I think it's going to be a boy. We have, right now, 16 grandsons and 17 granddaughters, and we're due for a boy," he further revealed. The image that revealed the gender of the baby was captioned by Jed with the following, "We have exciting news to share. However, we were not anticipating this at all." Further, the star of the television show 19 Kids and Counting stated, "We are overjoyed to announce that we are expecting twin girls soon. The fact that I am a twin myself makes me extremely happy to announce the arrival of these two wonderful children into our family. The bond between twins is truly special, and I can't wait to see them grow and experience life together." Jed proceeded by saying, "Our children, Trude and Nora, have no idea just how much their lives are about to change with the arrival of their new sisters." This was written in the caption of the post. "We can't wait to witness how their relationship develops as they become older siblings, as well as how much more love and joy there is in our family. Our entire family will experience boundless happiness and exciting new experiences as a result of this new chapter. When we found out that we were going to have twins, our excitement was overwhelming, especially knowing that they will be the first twin grandbabies in the Duggar family," he continued. "We appreciate all of your prayers and support as we prepare for this wonderful new part of our family's journey," Jed finished his remarks. The ban of Bob. During an interview published earlier this year, Jill Duggar disclosed one of the alarming regulations that her father had established. The former member of Counting On had to adhere to the stringent guidelines that were established by her parents, Bob and Michelle Duggar. A prohibition on using social media was included in her father's modesty regulations, which stipulated that the ladies in the household were only permitted to wear long skirts and clothes that did not expose an excessive amount of flesh. Jill participated with the Unplanned podcast, where she discussed her family life with the host. Since she expressed her dissatisfaction with her upbringing in her biography, she and her husband, Derek, have not communicated with Jill's parents, Bob and Michelle Duggar. An additional modesty guideline that Jill and her siblings were required to follow was disclosed by Jill in a video that was shared on Instagram. At all times, the television actress disclosed that she was required to maintain a distance of 6 inches between herself and Derek, who was her boyfriend at the time. The first explanation that Jill gave was that she began wearing trousers, which caused her family to get unhappy because they believed that she would lose her salvation. Together with his wife, Abby Howard, Matt Howard is the host of the show. Rule of 6 inches. "Would you say that you had to keep a foot between the two of you?" Before he was severed from the conversation, Matt asked in jest. "No, I'm just kidding. 6-inch rule," Jill in response said. "This is true? Were you aware of the 6-inch rule? Could we take a hand in hand?" Matt asked about it. "Not until we were engaged," Jill said in response. In June of 2014, Jill tied the knot with Derek, and since then they have discussed Jill's childhood, which was quite strict. Jill continued by saying, "And we didn't kiss until the day of our wedding. Derek continued by stating that Jim Bob was exercising an excessive amount of control on Jill. He asserted that Jim Bob had cautioned Jill not to disclose the amount of money that they were generating from the reality program in the event that their audience members did not comprehend the situation and criticized them. In addition, Jill said in the video that the Duggar family had closed down businesses in her region that did not allow children to eat. Jim Bob Duggar resurfaces for first time in months at Jed and wife Katey's twin gender reveal after show cancellation. For years, the Duggar family has been synonymous with large families, conservative values, and reality TV. With their hit shows 19 Kids and Counting On, the Duggars became household names known for their strict upbringing, religious beliefs, and tight-knit family structure. However, over the last few years, the family's image has been tarnished by scandals, and the spotlight has gradually dimmed. After the cancellation of their latest reality show in 2021, the family has largely retreated from public life, particularly Jim Bob Duggar, the patriarch of the family. But recently, Jim Bob made a rare public appearance that caught everyone's attention: Jed Duggar and his wife Katey's twin gender reveal party. The Duggars, life in the spotlight. To understand the significance of Jim Bob's reappearance, it's crucial to revisit the family's journey from a quiet Arkansas life to reality TV fame. The Duggars first gained national recognition in the early 2000s through various television specials on the Discovery Health Channel, which highlighted their unique family dynamics. The public was fascinated by their devout, independent Baptist faith, homeschooling, and the sheer number of children Jim Bob and Michelle had. Their first television special aired in 2004, titled 14 Children and Pregnant Again, which soon led to more specials, including Raising 16 Children and On the Road with 16 Children. In 2008, the family was offered a full-time reality show, 19 Kids and Counting, on TLC. It ran for 10 seasons until 2015, ending after shocking revelations about their oldest son, Josh Duggar. A spin-off series, Counting On, was launched shortly after, focusing on the younger Duggar children, particularly the older daughters, who were now starting their own families. However, in 2021, Counting On was abruptly canceled after further legal and moral controversies surrounding Josh Duggar. This brought an end to the Duggars' long-standing presence on television. Since then, Jim Bob Duggar has largely kept a low profile, leaving fans and followers wondering about his whereabouts and the family's future. Jim Bob Duggar steps out of the shadows. In the months following Counting On's cancellation, many of the Duggar children remained active on social media, continuing to share snippets of their lives with their loyal followers. However, Jim Bob's presence dwindled significantly. The once front and center figure of the Duggar empire seemed to withdraw from public view, which only fueled speculation about his well-being and the family's state of affairs. His recent public reappearance at Jed and Katey's twin gender reveal came as a surprise, and the event immediately made headlines. The occasion, which was a joyous and intimate family gathering, marked the first time Jim Bob had been seen at a major family event since the show's cancellation. A special family moment, Jed and Katey's twin gender reveal. Jed Duggar, the 10th child of Jim Bob and Michelle, has always been a bit more reserved compared to some of his siblings. While not as frequently in the public eye as Jessa, Jill, or Jinger, Jed has steadily built his own life, getting married to Katey Nakatsu in 2021. Their wedding, though not highly publicized beforehand, garnered attention for its simplicity and sincerity, showing a slightly more private side of the Duggar family. Fast forward to 2024, and Jed and Katey announced that they were expecting twins, sparking excitement among their family and fans. Their twin gender reveal was a much-anticipated event, bringing together various Duggar siblings, their spouses, and, of course, their children. In a world that's now more focused on social media than traditional television, the gender reveal was streamed via Instagram Live, allowing fans to witness the family's excitement firsthand. The atmosphere was one of pure joy, with children running around, family members laughing, and balloons in shades of pink and blue scattered across the lawn. A massive balloon arch framed the main event area, where Jed and Katey stood, ready to pop two large black balloons to reveal the genders of their twins. Just as the anticipation built, a surprising figure stepped into the frame: Bob Duggar. Wearing a casual button-down shirt and his signature warm smile, he walked over to Jed and Katey to offer his congratulations. For a moment, the focus shifted entirely to Bob. After months of silence and speculation, here he was, back in the heart of his family's celebration. The moment of the reveal. After the initial shock of seeing Bob wore off, the excitement for the reveal continued to build. Katey, smiling and holding Jed's hand, gave a short speech thanking everyone for their support and well wishes. Then it was time for the main event. The first balloon was popped, releasing a cloud of pink confetti into the air. The crowd erupted into cheers as the couple joyfully announced they were having a baby girl. Moments later, the second balloon burst, revealing a flurry of blue confetti, signaling that a baby boy was also on the way. The excitement was palpable as the Duggars, along with their extended family and friends, celebrated the upcoming arrival of Jed and Katey's twins. Bob's reemergence. What it could mean. Bob's presence at the event immediately sparked discussions about his reemergence and what it might signify for the Duggar family moving forward. Since Counting On was cancelled, the family has been noticeably more private, and Bob's return to the public eye suggests that he might be slowly stepping back into a leadership role within the family, or at least willing to participate in family events more openly. There are a few key reasons why this moment matters, both for the Duggars and their followers. 1. Renewed public interest. Bob's reappearance will undoubtedly reignite public interest in the Duggar family. While many of his children have continued to share their lives via social media, Bob's absence has been notable. His return, even for a family event, suggests that the Duggars are still navigating how to manage their public image after the controversies of the past few years. 2. A sign of unity. The Duggars have long been known for their emphasis on family unity, and Bob's attendance at the gender reveal reinforces this idea. Despite the challenges they faced, including public scrutiny and personal tragedies, Bob's involvement shows that the family is still close-knit and continues to support one another. 3. Potential future projects. Bob's reappearance has led to speculation about whether the family might be preparing for a new public venture. While there is no confirmation of any new TV projects, reality shows, or media appearances, the public's curiosity about the Duggars remains high. Could this be the first step toward a new family-focused project? The Duggars in 2024. Where are they now? As the Duggar family grows and changes, many of the older children have started their own families, forging their paths while still adhering to the core values instilled in them by Bob and Michelle. However, each Duggar has navigated public life differently, with varying degrees of openness. Jill Duggar Dillard, one of the most independent Duggar children, has distanced herself from her parents' more restrictive beliefs, openly discussing her struggles with her upbringing in her 2020 memoir Counting the Cost. Jessa Duggar Seawald has remained one of the most visible Duggar children on social media, regularly sharing updates about her family. Jinger Duggar Vuolo has also stepped into a more independent role, living in Los Angeles with her husband Jeremy, and sharing their journey toward a more modern and progressive interpretation of their faith. Josh Duggar, after being found guilty of possessing child pornography, is serving a lengthy prison sentence. His actions and the resulting fallout have cast a long shadow over the family, leading many to believe that Bob's reemergence is an effort to begin moving past these events. Jed and Katey, now expecting twins, are one of the younger couples in the family and have been relatively private compared to some of their siblings. Their gender reveal marks a significant moment, not only in their lives but for the Duggar family as a whole. Bob Duggar's legacy. For years, Bob Duggar was seen as the central figure in his family's life, guiding them through the ups and downs of reality TV fame and personal challenges. His leadership, strict adherence to conservative Christian principles, and focus on family have defined the Duggars' public image. However, in the wake of various controversies, that image has been tarnished, and Jim Bob himself has faced significant criticism. His reappearance at Jed and Katey's gender reveal is a moment of redemption, at least in the eyes of some supporters. While his legacy is complicated, there is no denying that Jim Bob Duggar's influence on his family and his community remains strong. What's next for Jim Bob and the Duggar family? As the Duggar family continues to grow, with new grandchildren on the way and new chapters unfolding for each of the Duggar children, Jim Bob's role in the family is likely to continue evolving. While it's unclear whether he plans to step back into a more public role or remain a more private figure, his presence at Jed and Katey's gender reveal suggests that he is still very much involved in the lives of his children and grandchildren. The future of the Duggar family in the public eye remains uncertain. The era of 19 kids and counting on may be over, but the